or go home.
Right. Now, so tell us a little bit about your side-by-side tours. You do these mostly in Northern New Hampshire, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Talk to us a little bit about how someone would be able to reach out to you and sign up and try to do doing one of these side-by-side tours.
Well, Cruisin with Cat Adventures is on Facebook, also on TikTok and Instagram. And if you see any of my posts, there is a QR code that's a link tree.
And there's a link to there's a schedule link where someone can schedule a conversation with you.
Yes, bingo. And it's called a Calendly link.
Calendly, okay.
Calendly.
Okay, see, that's easy to see written down, but fun to say over the air.
Real fun. Real fun.
And talk to us a little bit. So, we're talking here now. We're in the summertime. We're in July. This is the perfect time of year to go out and have one of these side-by-side excursions.
Yes.
And why Northern New Hampshire for the side-by-side tours?
A lot more places to be able to rent the machines. I do not have the machines personally. I go to other businesses to help them out as well. So I can rent their machines, use their lodging to help small businesses as well. And they're more set up for it up there.
Okay. Well, and so a lot of people, you might be driving down a dirt road someplace and you might see someone having a side-by-side in their driveway and someone's be thinking, I wish one of these days I might be able to purchase one of those. They don't have to. They can actually reach out to Cruisin with Cat Adventures and you do the full service for everybody. What can people expect when they reach out to you and they set up a schedule to do an excursion with you?
We do 2 nights lodging. We do the machine rentals. We do catered meal. We do the photography. We do a guide. Snacks and beverages.
Right. And there's so many times when I've reached out to people, lifelong folks who've lived here their entire lives here in New Hampshire or lived in Vermont, and there's so much stuff, even lifelong folks that have lived here, there's so many parts of the states that they haven't seen. And being able to reach out to Cruisin with Cat Adventures to kind of get one of those staycation excursions to say, you don't have to drive 1,000 miles away to have an adventure. You can actually be out here in your own backyard, work with Cruisin with Cat, work with Cat Rose to be able to take advantage of the beautiful parts of northern New England that a lot of people from that drive thousands of miles away come here to do. We can do it ourselves here with you. Do you have a favorite trail or spot that you love to take people to?
I have many favorite trails. That's the sad part. It depends what kind of riding you're into as well. Some people don't like to do a lot of rough riding.
Right.
Some people do.
Right. And so, say for instance, someone who's never been on a side-by-side before, who's never sat down in one of these, what would be your recommendation for them what kind of excursion would you set up for them? A
little bit easier than what I would go out on, what my husband and I would do. Yeah. A sturdier trail.
Right. And how much time do they have to, so say for instance to set up a kind of a beginner excursion, what is the time frame they would need to reach out in advance to you, and what would be the length of the excursion look like?
Well, we do, we have 3 blocks usually for the excursions, 4, 6, and 8 hours, depending on where we go. Some places are 4 or 8 hours. How much time? I can usually pull it together within the month.
Okay. All right. So those that are listening to this now, you reach out to Kat now, and you'll be you'll be in for some August excursion right before the kids go back to school then.
Definitely.
Yes. And if you're reaching out in August, I mean, it'll be great for having one of those after school weekend things to jump on and do as well.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah.
And so we're talking about side-by-sides, but Cruisin with Cat Adventures also does fly fishing. Is that true?
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Fly fishing we do here in Vermont. We have some great rivers. We start out with the Waits River, and we have a guide who loves to fish. And we take you still catered meal. If you catch a fish, it's not guaranteed, but if you catch a fish and you want to eat it for lunch, we'll do it right there for lunch.
Wow.
We provide snacks and beverages still, 2 nights lodging.
And is that, the fly fishing, is that done in Northern New Hampshire, or is that done locally here?
Locally here.
Okay.
Yep. So you don't have to go far if you don't want to.
All right. And so is there like any, like, for instance, someone might say, so say for instance, you have someone that wants to do the fly fishing. Do they have to get their own fishing license beforehand?
No, we get it.
Really? Okay. Yeah. All right. So it's an all-inclusive.
Yep.
Do you provide the fishing pole?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
And then why fly fishing and not regular fishing? Like pole fishing, as you can tell, not a bit. Why fly fishing instead of...
Fly fishing is like a lost art.
Okay.
I feel. Anybody can take
a rod and reel.
Yeah. And I think that's more...
There's something exciting about fly fishing.
It's more peaceful.
Okay. There's a rhythm to it.
It is. It's like a dance.
Yeah.
Is that what I want to say?
Yeah. So in a way, when somebody goes downhill skiing for the very first time, they have to take a lesson first to make sure they're good to go. Would you do the same thing if someone's never done fly fishing before? You kind of give them some lessons first before you let them go for it?
Yes.
Okay.
And even in the river, they'll still get guidance.
Okay. And some of my final questions then would be is that for those that are looking at doing the side-by-side tours with you, is there a list that they need to pack for? Like they should be bringing this, and this?
Definitely wear clothes that you don't care about getting dirty or muddy.
Okay.
Because mud stains a lot of times. Closed-toed shoes. And like probably a rain slicker of some sort and a sweatshirt.
Okay.
Just in case weather turns.
Right. And bring some bug repellent too. And
yes, but we'll probably have some as well.
Okay. And what about fly fishing?
Probably the same sort. You don't need closed-toed shoes. We'll probably have hip waders. But still, you'll want, like a sweatshirt in case weather turns. And
Kat, you're local too. This is a new business, but you've lived here for many, many years around here.
I grew up here in Bradford.
Okay, see? All right. So you're from here. You lived in Bradford your entire life?
Yeah, when I got married, we moved away for a little bit on the other side of the state.
Okay.
And then we brought our kids back here.
Okay.
And they were one was a teenager, one was before teens.
All right.
And then we've been here ever since.
We're talking to Kat Rose, who is from Cruisin with Cat Adventures, which is a fairly new business that started up in our area called Cruisin with Cat Adventures. And you can find Cruisin with Cat Adventures on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, all the social medias, and from there you'll be able to then see your QR code to log in, and also you'll be able to reach out directly with the Kat Rose of Cruisin with Cat Adventures. And this is the perfect time of year to go side-by-sides, touring, doing side-by-side touring. And is there a perfect time of year to do fly fishing?
Yes. Of course, early mornings are great,
Right.
Or late afternoons, but also fall.
Right.
Especially when hunters are hunting and
the
whatnot.
fish are fat at that point.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kat. It's been a delight, and it's been a genuine pleasure talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
R&L Archery. We know it's not just about the thrill of the hunt or the size of the fish. It's about the moments that matter most, the traditions passed down from one generation to the next, and the stories told by the fire long after the sun is set. It's about the journey, the memories, and the time spent together with friends and family, because these are the moments that truly last a lifetime. R&L Archery, where every adventure begins. Come create your story.
You don't have to go far to find some fishing fun in Vermont, and this beloved summer pastime offers many benefits. Spend time with family and friends, explore new places, enjoy the outdoors, and maybe even catch some dinner. The Vermont Fish and Wildlife website offers resources to help. You can watch fishing videos to learn how, register for a free fishing clinic, or find a public access area near you at vtfishandwildlife.com. Vermont Fish and Wildlife invites you to fish Vermont.
The Autosaver Group's St. Johnsbury Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram asks, do your outdoor adventures take you to where you wish you had a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive? At St. Johnsbury Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, explore their vast inventory of adventure-savvy four-wheel drives and all-wheel drive vehicles, ready for you to drive at home. Plus, every St. Johnsbury Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram deal includes the Big Deal Plus, which is a 2-year unlimited scheduled maintenance plan, which includes free state inspections for life. Stop in today in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, or shop St. Johnsbury Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram online at stjohnsburycdjr.com.
We are now talking to Ruth Hook, who is the go-to person to talk to about the Orford Flea Market, which is, remind the dates, Ruth?
It's August the 2nd and the 3rd this year.
Okay, August 2nd and 3rd. And this is the annual, this is the 49th?
This is the 49th.
Oh, wow.
The paperwork says 48, but it's 49.
It's 49.
Yeah.
So let's, here on the Outdoor Edge, we love to talk about outdoor activities, anything to do with the outdoors. And one of the best sporting events that we can do in the summertime is going to flea markets.
Well, there's a lot of people that come to our flea market. It's unbelievable.
It's the largest one in the area.
I think it is.
And remind us, how many vendors you normally have then?
Vendor-wise, I don't know the real numbers, but I have 200 sites.
Wow.
So most people take one site, but I've got people that take 2 sites, 3 sites. This year I got someone who took 5 sites.
Wow. Okay. So let's kind of start off with the basics. What makes the Orford Flea Market such a special event for the community of Orford?
Well, it's financially an advantage to the community because the stores, when Tony Patterson owned before he passed, he said this was his best weekend ever during the summer with our event. And when COVID came, he was disappointed because he lost money. But I mean, it helps the people who rent out places. The campgrounds are full, the stores are full. There's a food truck over in Fairleigh. They're busy. Everyone's busy with what goes on. And local area as well, because if they can't find time or put space in Orford, they spread out.
Okay. And so as of now, there is the vendors, there's full, right?
Yes,
no
I'm
room.
full.
Okay. There's no room. If there's no room at the end then.
Well, not necessarily. Sometimes I have people that cancel.
Okay.
And I've had 2 cancellations, but there are some people who can actually, if someone canceled tonight and it's tomorrow morning, I can call, and I do have people who can actually roll in on Saturday morning.
Okay, so you have
very few can do that, but there are some that can do that.
And so, and you mentioned too, so this is the 49th year of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of things can folks expect to find this year?
Oh, golly. Everything probably you don't need, from antiques to people who make, I do have one person who comes in, she's a baker. So it's like going to a bakery. We do have people with new stuff, with T-shirts and stuff. They have like the dried fruits and things that people do.
Okay.
At one point, we used to have vendors come in from farmers market stuff, but that hasn't happened. That for some reason that stopped. I don't know why. And we have we have some nonprofit people in there, like the Vermont Trappers come in. We have I forget what they're called, the Dartmouth. It's they come in and they do blood pressure.
Okay.
And they're there for both days, and we put them right beside the food tent so that they're very active. We have anywhere from new to old to antiques.
Okay. Is there what are some of the more like unexpected things you've seen sold at the flea market?
I'll tell you one thing that surprises me. There's a gentleman who comes in with the old blue, purple, and red bowls and the carnival glass. I remember my mother having it, and she got rid of all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
And after COVID, he was so psyched that he sold over $1,000 bowls in 1 day, on Saturday.
And so the Orford Volunteer Fire Department is connected to this. You want to remind everybody how the Orford Volunteer Fire Department is connected to the Orford Flea Market?
So I believe it was in 1976. It was started by the Orford Fast Squad. Started it. The year before, one of the members went to different flea markets and asked people would they come to Orford. And she got names and addresses, and that's how it started. And then, of course, in 1990, our Fast Squad dissolved because we have a ambulance crew right in Fairleigh. So they turned it over to the Orford Fire Department to take it on.
Okay. Now, is for those that haven't been to the Orford Flea Market, is it more like a yard sale feel, or is it more like a full-on like festival feel?
It's more like a festival feel.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday is packed.
Okay.
It's like going to a fair when you want to get somewhere. People are in your way. Sundays tend to be not as busy, but on Sunday we still have people who do very well selling stuff because now they can actually see what they have. They haven't got a crowd in front of them.
Right.
Because, I mean, we have, people who sell maple syrup and such, and someone sells fudge. So there's a lot of variety in there that they have.
Okay. Now, what kind of deals can people expect to see when they get there?
They just have to deal with the vendor. I have no idea. And so a lot of times I don't even know what people sell. I tour around every morning on Saturday and Sunday, and on my tours, if I see something I want, I stop and I go buy it. I try not to buy it, but there are a few things I like.
Do you have any regulars who travel a long way just to attend or sell every year?
Oh, we have vendors since I took over in 2015. They were vendors in 2014, so we've got long-time vendors coming in.
Okay. All right.
We've had people come in from Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida.
Okay.
I mean, there are a few, but we have Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut, Maine.
Wow.
They travel from quite a ways. New York.
So it's not just green and white license plates then, you see?
No.
Okay. Do you have a personal favorite flea market find that you've picked up over the years?
Oh, I collect cement ornaments, so yes, there's one vendor who brings them in, and she makes sure I see what she's got.
Okay. And what's your advice for someone who's never been to the flea market before? How would they make the most of it?
Well, they just need to take their time and realize there's going to be a crowd on Saturday, and I know sometimes people worry it's going to rain. I think last year we had a little mist, which was really rewarding as far as I'm concerned because it gets hot.
Okay.
So they can gather around, and it's amazing to me how many people come up on Saturday. I'm always floored when I look down the aisles and go, wow.
And how early should folks get there if they want to get the best picks?
Well, we advertise our show starting at 9 o'clock to 5 on Fridays Saturday. And then we advertise Sunday is 9 to 4.
Okay.
But I can tell you, it's like if you have a yard sale, they don't care it's 9 o'clock. They come early.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know what they say, the early bird gets the worm.
Right.
Yeah. So I know that sometimes I don't get down to the field much before 7, and there'll be some buyers already on the field.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they're and parking. Some, when they come early, they can get an easy parking space.
Right. And so, showing up, what would you recommend people to bring there? Probably cash, right? Probably not a lot of people take cards.
No, yeah, some people do, but
Okay.
cash is always good in my world.
Yeah, cash is king. Yeah. And how long would you say the average person ends up spending there? There's 200 vendors. This is bigger than a shopping mall, as many places.
I think a lot of them don't leave until they stay. They're all anxious to eat lunch.
Yeah.
And we have our food tent, and we do hamburgers, hot dogs, French fries. Morning, the church does breakfast sandwiches, and then there's coffee all day. There's drinks all day. And they're ready to start eating lunch at 11 o'clock. And a lot of them don't leave till, I think they start thinning out more around, 2 o'clock or so.
Right. So essentially what you're saying, this is an all-day event.
For some people, absolutely.
And if you show up at 9, and you have to be there a long time just to see all the vendors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 rows.
Wow. Okay.
And I don't know the length of that field. I was going to measure it to see how far it is, but it's a big field.
Right. Is there a cost for parking?
No.
Free parking?
Free parking.
Okay.
We have extra parking down on the last house on the ridge going south.
Okay.
That family has allowed us to open up their hayfield.
Oh, wow.
And there's parking down there so they don't have to walk so far. It's still going to be a little hike.
Right. All right. We're talking to Ruth Hook, who is the main person in charge, as we say, at the Orford Flea Market, and they're celebrating their 49th year doing it.
Correct.
Any final comments, Ruth?
Oh, so you asked, can folks sign up to be vendors? So we do have people by the food tent that they can record your addresses, and I'll add them to the mailing list.
Okay.
Oh, the other thing is, if someone is handicapped, if they just drive to the food tent, the folks in there will help you find a place to park within reason.
Okay. All right. You have some of those spots saved for them.
Well, we don't have spots really saved, but we have areas we can put them in so that they don't, they can't walk a long way, so we do accommodate.
Right.
But they need to come to the food tent when if they can't find an easy place, they just come there and ask somebody underneath the food tent for help.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ruth. I am an avid flea market person in the yard sale, so I'm very excited to take part in the Orford Flea Market here on its 49th year. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
R&L Archery. We know it's not just about the thrill of the hunt or the size of the fish. It's about the moments that matter most, the traditions passed down from one generation to the next, and the stories told by the fire long after the sun is set. It's about the journey, the memories, and the time spent together with friends and family, because these are the moments that truly last a lifetime. R&L Archery, where every adventure begins. Come create your story.
Your website isn't working for you. Hi, this is Jay Davis, co-founder of Northeast Kingdom Online. I'm sure you've seen us online already. We've created hundreds of websites for companies just like yours. If you're ready to stand out on the internet, it's time to join forces with Northeast Kingdom Online, Northern New England's premier website design company. From security to mobile responsiveness, we handle it all. Let's make your website as unique as your business. Visit us at northeastkingdomonline.com and let's get started. Achieve more with northeastkingdomonline.com.
So where's the big deal?
Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCuyer from the Auto Saver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Make this the summer event is happening right now in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. It's summer and it's time to take on every road in legendary Jeep style at St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Right now, lease a brand new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee for just $399 per month for 24 months with zero down. That's right, zero money down, just pure adventure ahead in one of the most capable, comfortable SUVs on the market. Whether you're commuting through the Northeast Kingdom or escaping to the mountains. The Grand Cherokee delivers power, technology, and luxury that stands out. But don't wait. Deals like this don't last long, and inventory is moving fast. Stop in today or shop online at stjohnsburycdjr.com or call us at 802-748-5777. St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's the home of the big deal.
Stock number SJJ 25039. Leases for 10,000 miles per year, 20,000 total miles. 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, registration extra. Must have current Stellantis brand lease or non-Stellantis brand vehicle registered in household to qualify. First payment due at signing.
Good evening. My guest today is none other than Nick Masucci, a conservation officer for the Hampshire Fish and Game. He lives across the river here in Haverhill, and I'd like to just welcome Nick. Would you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Gary. So originally I'm from Treadwell, New York. I went to school at Paul Smith College for a fisheries and wildlife degree, focused on wildlife management. After that, I had a couple of jobs bouncing around the Northeast and then found myself in New Hampshire. Working with New Hampshire Fish and Game since June of 2018. Had a typical 1 year, trainee experience. You bounce all over every corner of New Hampshire, see this, see that. And then I think it was 2019, I started working in the Hillsborough area, stayed there for quite a while. And then the gentleman before me in this area, he retired. And then I transferred to the Haverhill area in September of 2023, and I've been here since.
Tell us what towns you cover, and what's your regular coverage for the district? I realize you get called all over.
On a good day, I am covering the town of Bath, Landaff, Easton, Benton, Haverhill, Piermont, Orford, and Warren. So it's definitely a good-sized area, but when some of my coworkers to the north or south or even the east, they're on a day off, I'm covering their towns. So on a bad day, I could be from Bethlehem to Claremont, all the way to Boscawen.
But you are the conservation officer of many of our listeners, is what I'm getting at. Sure.
Yep.
Well, as when I originally asked you if you would join us for this interview, I asked you to talk a little bit about search and rescue and the Hike Safe card. I get all the press releases from Fish and Game, 3 or 4 a day.
Yep.
Unfortunately, many of them involve searches. Those searches often make the press because some of them can be pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
But anyways, my experience of having been spent some 20 years on the Vermont State Police Search and Rescue Team, a lot of these searches end up being caused by people not being prepared, not having the appropriate equipment and so forth. And I know fishing and game in New Hampshire spends a lot of time trying to educate people. So why don't you talk about that a little bit?
So this time of year, it's definitely the busy season for us with search and rescue calls. The Hike Safe card, what you were mentioning there, it's a voluntary card that people can purchase. It is a basic liability, basic insurance almost, if you will. It costs $25 for an individual or $35 for a family, where if you were out hiking, something happens and you need help getting out of there, that $25 helps fund the entire search and rescue operation in the state. Otherwise, it falls back onto the responsibility of the sportsmen and their hunting and fishing licenses to fund it. So that Hike Safe card is actually huge for us because we're a self-funded agency. So I always recommend if you guys can go out and buy that card, it helps more than you think, helps fund us. It kicks back to some of the volunteer programs. It buys equipment. In the severe cases where we have a multiple day search or a carryout or something, it helps provide food and everything else for these agencies that are all come out to help. Again, it's voluntary. We're not making you get it, but it's something that definitely going to help.
Right. It's something that I regularly promote in my newspaper columns.
Yes.
Hopefully you never need to be rescued, but if you do, rescues tend to be fairly expensive in manpower and equipment and so forth.
Yes.
I should mention that if you have a hunting or fishing license, you get the same benefit as a Hike Safe card.
Yep.
What this really does is unless you're doing something completely irresponsible,
yes,
that you won't get charged for the rescue. Is that correct?
Yes. So it's kind of like a AAA card. You know, we don't expect to get a flat tire tomorrow, but in the event that we do, we know that we have AAA to help us out.
Right.
Same thing. But then again, if you do something crazy on the road, it might not get you out of that one, though.
Right.
So, but 99 times out of 100, though, it's going to take care of you.
Right. Well, I encourage people to purchase one, even if they don't hike or spend much time. It's a great way to support New Hampshire Fish and Game.
Yes.
If you're going to donate to something like that, it's just a good way to do it.
Yep.
We'll be right back. We'll take a short break, and then we'll continue talking with Nick Masucci.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, here's your forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy with showers and strong to severe thunderstorms before midnight, becoming cooler with lows in the mid-50s to around 60. Tomorrow, morning clouds giving way to abundant sunshine, a nice midsummer day, cooler and much less humid with highs in the 70s. Saturday, sunshine mixing with scattered high clouds, highs around 80. I'm meteorologist Chris Kurdak for WYKR.
The American Red Cross Bloodmobile will be at the Oxbow High School's auditorium on Friday, July 18th from 11:30 to 5. Please register online at redcrossblood.org or by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS. All blood types are needed.
You're invited to a fun afternoon and evening with Jazzy's Children Fund, Saturday, July 19th, 11 to 4. At Old Scott Barn, Groton. They will have games, crafts, barbecue, duck race, raffles, and so much fun. And that evening, they will have a movie night in the barn starting at 7. This is a rain or shine event, and it's going to be happening at the Old Scott Barn in Groton, Vermont as part of Jazzy's Children Fund on Saturday, July 19th, beginning at 11. Railroad Park will be hosting a concert Saturday, July 19th. Bob King and Friends will be playing from 5 to 7:30. The Haverhill Parks and Recreation Commission will be on hand at the concession stand. So don't miss Bob King and Friends at Railroad Park in Woodsville, Saturday, July 19th from 5 to 7:30.
Welcome back. Nick, I know, serves on the Fish and Game dive team. There are other special teams, search and rescue being one, and I believe there's even a subset of that, a technical search and rescue, something like that.
Yes. So every conservation officer does search and rescue in the state, but there's a more advanced team, the advanced search and rescue team. They do more of the ropes, the high alpine winter rescues, the more advanced stuff that most guys can't go and do on their own.
Right.
So,
which, unfortunately, within the sound of this radio station, in the northern presidentials, a lot of those rescues take place.
Yep.
Anyways, let's talk about the dive team. Tell us about that.
So I've probably been on the dive team, quite a few years now, but it's, unfortunately, we do have drownings that happen in the state, and we took over all of them many years ago because there was issues of people drowning and we couldn't get them out of the water. So Fish and Game had to take that one. But I've been on the dive team now. I've helped out with a bunch of evidence recoveries, with working with state police and local law enforcement. Unfortunately, it's not really a rescue thing. It's more of a after the fact, a recovery, trying to find evidence type of thing. But it's something that has to be done.
Right.
So it works well with us because we already have search and rescue experience. We have boats, we have equipment, we have guys covering every corner of the state. So it kind of makes sense, and it's actually a challenge that I enjoy.
How many officers on the dive team?
I believe we're about 20 right now.
Okay.
So it's one of our bigger teams, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So
good. So many people think of conservation officers as doing primarily fish and game, checking licenses, chasing poachers, etc. But in reality, a tremendous amount of time of a New Hampshire CO is spent in what I would call non-fish and game.
Yep.
This time of year, probably some 8 months of the year, off-highway recreation vehicles. That's ATVs, UTVs, trail bikes.
Yep.
That takes a lot of time. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So it's obviously we're the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department, but we do a little bit of everything. So it's I am probably the most busy right now with ATVs, side-by-sides, dirt bikes. The greater Haverhill, Bath area has a lot of trails and whatnot, some legal, some not. So I get complaints from landowners all the time. Hey, I got these guys round up my land. I go and address the matter. But it's we have the four-wheelers as it is, so we definitely get out, put some miles on. So it does pull me away from the hunting and the fishing law enforcement, but it's part of it.
Right.
So it's definitely keep me busy this time of year, nonetheless.
I should point out to the listeners, this interview is delayed a little bit because Nick called me about an hour and a half before we were scheduled that he was dispatched to Wentworth for a trail bike accident. That's that's fairly typical in the life of a conservation officer. They'd handle a lot of accidents involving OHRVs.
Yep. I apologize for showing up late to this. I wasn't expecting that call to happen, but that's the way it does.
Hey, there's no reason to apologize. That's your job.
So.
I think you're all EMTs. Is that correct?
Wilderness first responders.
Okay.
So a step below EMTs.
Okay.
Yes.
I know you work with the search and rescue groups like the Pemigewasset Search and Rescue, the Androscoggin Search and Rescue, etc.
Those guys are great.
New England Canine and all those. But I do know that you're often the first person at the scene. You have to do the.
Yep. I will say is those volunteer groups, they don't get paid to do what we do. So when that call goes out, they are crazy enough to say, yes, I'll come out, I'll join you in this terrible weather and help you out. And we really can't do these search and rescue operations without them. So it's my hat's off to them on it.
It's hard to think about winter right now. I don't want to in this humidity, but actually I might want to with this humidity. I hate it. But regardless, in the winter you do a lot of snowmobile patrols.
Yes, we do. Yep. So we do quite a bit of snowmobiling.
You've got some pretty big trails in your area.
Yeah. From Haverhill, I can ride all the way down to Plymouth if I wanted to, and then all the way up to Lancaster if I wanted to. So it's the sky's the limit for riding, as long as we have snow. But nonetheless, we still have guys that like to mess around, and we get called to that all the time. So, but it's one of those things too where I might be home. It's 8, 9 o'clock at night, and then we get a call for a crash, and we got to go out and assemble for it.
Right.
So same thing.
Right. Makes it your job is never boring, right?
Yeah.
Was it illegal hunting mostly?
Mostly, yeah. Guys hunting at night, shooting from the road, playing around with the tags, how they're not supposed to be.
Right.
It's just the typical stuff like that. Night hunting is a pretty big one in this area. I'm sure if anyone's familiar with Haverhill or especially Bath, they're going to have stories about guys night hunting.
Right.
So, and there's a reason that Bath is mostly posted.
What's the law in New Hampshire regarding using a light at night, even if you're not having a gun? Is that
so during
spotting? Is that
spotlighting, shining? Both commonly referred to. During the hunting season, it's forbidden.
Okay,
so we can't be using.
During the open seasons, it's forbidden.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So this time of year, which it's July right now, it's illegal. But once August 31st comes, that's the last day you can do it. Then September 1st is the start of bear season. Then it's closed all the way to the end of the hunting season.
Okay. Because it's different states are different.
Yep.
Some states it's illegal, period.
Yep.
Okay. With that, we'll take a short break before we return for the last segment of this interview.
Where's the big deal?
Holy shamoly, it's Matt LeKire from the Auto Saver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Employee Pricing Plus is happening right now in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Looking for power, performance, and a deal that hauls? Head to St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Right now, lease the rugged 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman Crew Cab for just $499 per month for 42 months with zero down. That's right, zero money down to get behind the wheel of a full-size pickup truck that's built to work hard and play even harder. Whether it's the job site or the back roads, the Ram Ram 1500 delivers strength, space, and legendary Ram reliability. But hurry, this deal won't stick around forever, and the trucks are moving fast. Stop in today or shop online at stjohnsburycdjr.com or call us 802-748-5777. St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont comes to drive.
Stock number SJR 25186. Lease 10,000 miles per year, 35,000 total miles. 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, registration extra. Must have Stellantis brand lease or non-Stellantis brand vehicle registered in household to qualify. First payment due at signing.
Welcome back. My guest today is New Hampshire Conservation Officer Nick Masucci. A situation that Vermont and New Hampshire officers have to deal with this time of year a lot is people think they're doing the right thing, helping wildlife, especially young fawns, when in fact they're probably contributing to the death of that animal. Yep. It's not abandoned by its mother. Yep. The mother is close by and is not going to come while you're there.
Yep.
Nick, you want to talk a little bit of how much time you have to deal with that?
Absolutely. This is right now we're getting to the end of the fawning season, but we're still in nonetheless. Usually the end of May, early June, it's pretty chaotic with people calling me every day saying, hey, I see a fawn over here. I don't see the mother. It's all right. The mother, she's got to go out. She's got to feed herself, so she has enough food to feed the little one. So they usually leave the fawn. But people see that. They see an abandoned fawn, and, it's essentially it's a kid. And as we all know, kids don't listen to their parents, and they get up, move around, get in trouble. So people pick up the fawn, remove it from where the mother remembered that it was at, and then they might be the next town over with the fawn. I say, hey, we got to bring this back because the mother's looking for it. But I got to get this thing back to the mother because we do have people who can take care of them, but usually that time of year, we do have certain protocols we have to meet to rehabilitate the fawn.
Right.
And we can't always meet that every time. So its best chance of survival might be with its mother.
Right.
So the best thing you do is just leave it alone. It might come up to you like a puppy dog. Just shoo it away and ignore it, and it should go back to where it came from.
But that's true for all wildlife species. A baby skunk looks like a cute little pet, but you still shouldn't pick it up. It's illegal to pick up any wildlife.
Yes.
No matter how well intentioned you are. Yep. If you think something is injured or otherwise, call Fish and Game, let them deal with it.
Yep.
Injured birds the same way.
Yeah, same thing. And I will say too is there's some animals like woodchucks, coyotes, raccoons, skunks, fox. Unfortunately, my hands are tied, but if people do pick them up and handle them barehanded, I'm required by law to get them tested for rabies. So it's unfortunate, but I have to put the animal down. So it's
right.
I understand people trying to do the right thing.
In order to test it for rabies, you got to put it down, and you can't shoot it in the head.
Correct.
Because, anyways, yeah.
So it's.
Well, our time's about up, Nick. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the listeners?
I think we got it. For the most part, if you guys come across wildlife, just let wildlife be wild. And then the Hike Safe card is a huge way to help us out. Even if you're not a big hiker and you want to help out some way, that Hike Safe card helps us more than you think.
One thing I would like to be sure you mention. You have a tip line.
A tip line, yes.
So I can report Joshua, I think he's jacking deer.
Yep, we do.
But I don't have to give my name so Joshua can't come back after me. Is that right?
Yep, that is correct. So we do have the Operation Game Thief tip line. You see something going on, you don't want to get involved with it, but you still want me to know. We actually have an app on the App Store. You can download it, and it's encrypted. I can't trace it backwards. It all comes to me encoded, so I can't see who it is. You can put photos in there, locations, all that, and it gets to me. So I get them all the time where, hey, John Doe right here, he did this and that, and it gets me at least started in the right direction anyway. So if you guys see something going on, that's a good way to get a hold of me without getting involved.
Yeah, folks, as we close, I'd just like to say that Fish and Game out there, the wildlife, they belong to all of us. And if someone is stealing it by poaching or catching over their limit or whatever, it's affecting all of us. So, you can always call Fish and Game, and if you're concerned about your neighbor finding out, you can use the tip line. So with that, I think it's time to close. Nick, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
We look forward to talking with you again.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'm Mark Breen. Welcome to the Outdoor Edge forecast. The first half of July has left little doubt as to what summer can be like. Temperatures running well above average. 4 days of 90 degrees or better on the books so far. On the other hand, in spite of the opportunities for showers and thunderstorms, many locations have missed out as July has been stingy with general rainfall. That is naturally quite a turnaround from the past 2 summers when the ground seemed to be constantly soggy. Overall, this has given us more opportunities for outdoor plans, but the lawns and gardens are looking more and more like they could use a good soaking. Since some of you like to get away from the heat by hiking over the higher terrain, here's a few helpful rules of thumb in terms of weather. First, while you know it's cooler as you climb an elevation, it's good to know that on the average, temperatures cool by 5 degrees every 1,000 feet you climb. If you think about Mount Washington, for example, which is 5,000 feet higher than our valleys, it runs about 25 degrees cooler. So a 90-degree days in the valleys finds readings there in the 60s. The setup for this weekend, we've got a cold front ready to sweep through late tonight. Much cooler weather for the weekend, which means 50s and 60s for most mountain locations, 70s here in the valleys. It comes with some sunshine Saturday, but another system comes in with some showers Saturday night and Sunday. For the rest of this month, our cooler weather continues into next week, and it should be drier than average, though there will be some periods of rainfall. We also will continue this break from the heat maybe into early August before warmer weather returns. Average highs remain near their annual maximum, 80 to 85 this time of year, nights in the 50s to near 60. There are some suggestions of greater chances of rain by the middle of August, but just a general trend. Now to the forecast details. For tonight, hit or miss showers and thunderstorms ending. Some of the thunderstorms could be strong, lows 50s to near 60. Friday, morning clouds giving way to sunshine, much cooler, much less humid in the 70s. Friday night, mostly clear and cool in the 50s, cool spots near 50. Saturday, morning sun mixing with afternoon clouds, continued pleasant, 70s to near 80, and then showers arriving for Saturday night in the 50s, and a good chance of morning showers Sunday, tapering off, maybe a few breaks of sun Sunday afternoon, highs 70s to near 80. That's your Outdoor Edge forecast. I'm Fairbanks Museum meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Thank you so much, Mark. And I am delightfully surprised that we're able to get in all 3 of those pre-recorded interviews. Once again, this is Joshua Smith, and that wraps up this week's episode of the St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram's Outdoor Edge, brought to you by the St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Big thanks to our guests, Ruth Hook from the Orford Flea Market, Kat Rose of Cruisin with Cat Adventures, and Nick Masucci from New Hampshire Fish and Game. And of course, appreciation to Gary Moore for his thoughts on the outdoors, and to Mark Breen for the Fairbanks Museum for the Outdoor Edge weekend forecast. If you missed any part of our show or you want to hear it again, this episode and all past episodes are available anytime on our app or at WYKR.com or on your favorite podcast platform. Yes, WYKR is on Spotify, is on iTunes. We are everywhere. And don't forget to leave us a review or comment. We just might read it on the air. Until next time, I'm Joshua Smith. Keep your boots dry, your spirit wild, and we'll see you in the woods.